Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, Providence. How you doing? Hey, sis. How you doing? Well, thank you. I try to do a little something when I can. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, y'all. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Let me move that out the way. Well, thank you, Prophetess. I try to, do a little something, just ain't do nothing special today. Just I ain't do nothing special, but thank y'all. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? How you doing today, Auntie? I was about to say, who that big head little boy you got in your profile picture? I'm just messing with you. Don't tell cuz I said that. Don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him at all. He gonna get me. I'm glad to hear that, Auntie. I'm glad to hear that. We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all. I'm just reviewing over some of my questions and everything. And Prophet LaJonta is in the back. She in the back. She in the back. We're excited. Auntie, don't tell them. Don't tell them, Auntie. Don't tell them I said that. See, you getting this started right there, but I probably shouldn't have said it. I should have said we're gonna wait just a couple of more minutes, y'all, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? I know. Oh. Yeah, you know he had them jokes all the time. That's why I had to come with something, even though he not present right now. I had to come with something because he always talking that junk all the time. And he know it running the Sullivan blood. We just got big heads like that. But I know he'll be on something. All right. So again, thank you, y'all. Tune in. Thank y'all for tuning in to Soaring Above It All with Laquanza. With Soaring Above It All is just the statement that no matter what you go through and no matter what you face, that you can come out of it on the other side. There's many things that we go through, but that doesn't mean that you stop right there at that moment. You can overcome anything. Especially with Jesus and God on your side, you can overcome anything. Anything at all. You right, Pastor April. You already know he gonna come. But he always be the one starting with me, right? He always be the one starting with me. So tonight we have something great. We have something special. We got Prophet LaJonta Hare in the building, in the back, in the building. Get ready to share with us her heart, her testimony, the things that she has endured, the things that she came out of, the things that she have overcome. And I think I'm gonna get into what I got to say. I met Prophet LaJonta probably like some years ago served, and we know she gets real heavy in the anointing, okay? The glory comes. I think she done got me a couple of times. I've been out on the floor, y'all. I've been out on the floor. So we're gonna have a good old time tonight. Y'all come in. So right now, we finna get started, y'all. We about to get started, but I want y'all to do something for me. We're gonna invite Prophet LaJonta Hare into the building, and I want y'all to put claps into the comment section, please. Come on, y'all, and share with somebody that you know. Invite them on in, y'all, because it's about to be a power-packed night. In the name of Jesus, okay? So we are inviting Prophetess Hare into the room. Hey!
Hi.
Yay! You got your claps down there in the comment section. Can you see them?
I can. Thank y'all.
Oh. Yes, they clapping you on in the comment section. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I gotta start with this question first. Tell us about who you are as a person so we can just get to know you more.
Well, hello everybody. I am nervously excited, so y'all kind of excuse me. But I'm just a very laid back, kind of quiet person until the Holy Spirit takes over. Then I switch gears.
Uh-huh.
But very observant
Yes.
and gonna tell you the truth if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
right. I always tell people don't ask me if you don't want to know the truth.
Yes. The true nature of a prophet. You gonna speak that truth regardless of what it is. Hey,
Yes.
it might hurt your sting, but it's the truth.
Exactly.
So, amen to that. So now I have an icebreaker before we even get into like the questions and everything. So my icebreaker is, what is something that you love to do for fun?
I'm a sports girl.
What?
Can't really play it too much anymore, but I'll go to the games. I'll support. I love sports. Football is my number one. Then basketball and softball.
Who your favorite team?
I'm a cowgirl. I'm a cowgirl.
Uh-oh. Is there any more cowgirls in the
Yeah.
Them
Yep.
cowboys and cowgirls be showing out.
Yeah. Yeah. we don't have anything to show out for this year, though. Unfortunately, because
Oh
we look
yeah, it's
horrible.
it's been like that.
We look horrible,
Uh-oh.
horrible.
Gotta do some cheerleading, pump them up, pump them up, pump them
but
up. Get
but
that.
my Warriors are doing pretty good. So
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And the Warriors are what team?
Basketball, that's basketball. Warriors.
Okay. So is
Mhm.
there a reason why you like sports, or you just have always been drawn to
I have
sports?
always loved sports. I was the girl in high school that wanted to try out for the football team before they started allowing girls to try out.
You're right.
Yes, I was that girl.
Okay, okay. So you was like, I'm doing what the boys doing. I can do it
Yeah,
too.
I was very tomboyish back in my day.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh wow. I never knew that. I never knew
I
that.
know that that was back yonder. But
Oh,
yeah, I taught the boys in the neighborhood how to climb trees and all that kind of stuff. That's who I was back then.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Did you have brothers? That was the reason why?
I had one brother, and we're 7 year difference between us. He's 7 years younger. So
Oh, okay. So you the eldest.
I'm in the middle. My sister's the oldest.
Okay, so you got an older sister, then it's
Yeah.
you. You a middle child too. I'm a middle child.
Yeah. My sister was there Saturday. She
Which
came in with my
yeah,
mom. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
I probably didn't even know.
Right.
I'm sorry. I probably did not even know.
My
I'm trying to think. Did I see somebody? But I seen your mother, but no, I didn't see
mom
your.
sat in front of me. My sister sat on the row with me and Michael.
She had a short haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. I saw her. I
Yeah.
didn't know that was your sister. You should have
Yeah.
said something.
That was my sister. Yeah.
Oh wow. I did not know that. And what? Oh, Pastor April said they all look just alike. Triplets, she said. Triplets. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the questions of the core of what we'll be talking about tonight, which again, y'all, we are talking about the monster behind closed doors. And Prophet LaJonta is gonna share a story. But I always like to ask this question because I know that a lot of some things that we experience as children, it affects us as we get older and start develop. So can you tell us about young LaJonta?
Young LaJonta was a young LaJonta that longed for her father's love and didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, young LaJonta was kind of insecure because of that. So over the years, you make choices trying to fill that void. And I made a lot of bad choices.
Mm-hmm.
Um, none that got me in any legal trouble, thank God. Only God kept me and covered me because sometimes I did
Amen.
some things
I
that
understand.
that shoulda, coulda. But
That
thank God,
part.
thank God for the prayers of the righteous that covered me.
Amen. Come on now.
So yeah, I made some bad choices because I was trying to fill that void. Um, growing up and in my teenage life, you know, I think about it a lot. I think if it wasn't for that void, I wouldn't have locked down in some decisions that I made,
Oh
that I
wow.
shouldn't have made. But it has made me the person I am today. So I don't look back and say I regret it because it has made me the person I am now.
Can I ask you a question? Was it
Mm.
a certain particular reason why your father wasn't present?
Him and my mom divorced
Okay.
right after I was born.
Okay.
And then he moved up north. So
Okay.
I didn't really know him or meet him till I was 12.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and he didn't, he really wasn't around a lot. Um, now today we have a better relationship, but
Oh,
That just
amen.
started when I was like 30.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You're not the only person that I've heard of that they got older. When they got older, their parents were reconciled. I know the word, but I can't get it out. They were connected with each other, and they begin to come and build a relationship with each other. So
Reconcile.
yeah, reconcile. There you go. It was in there somewhere. It was in there somewhere. Okay, so was he met? Did he get remarried
No,
or he just lived up north and that's just
he just moved up north,
okay.
stayed up
Okay.
there for years.
Is there something else that you would like to share with us? It could be either good or bad of your experience as just a child in general.
I was a mischievous little girl. If it was to try, I tried it. Yeah. Yeah, I was
What
that girl.
what you was doing? You ain't got to talk about it. What you
Honey,
was doing?
whatever I could try, I tried it. Uh, I never was into the drugs and alcohol and all that, but I was one of them that you tell me I can't do it, I should do what I was gonna do it. Just cause I felt like I was big and bad enough to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Uh
Exactly.
huh. Middle
Exactly.
child. I think it might be a middle child thing. You know they got that meme when they say that the oldest child be the sweetest child, then the second child be the no limit soldier. I believe I was a no limit too. In the snow all the time.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I was
I
one
was
of them. My mama could whoop me and I go right back and do the same thing. Right after I dry them tears up. Yeah.
Ooh, are you well tell us are you're not from Greenville, right? But you were born and raised in Greenwood?
Yeah, Greenwood is my home. Greenwood is
Okay.
my
So
home.
how was it like growing up in Greenwood?
Oh, we had fun. I mean, it was fine growing up. It's not the same as it was growing up now, but um I was into everything. I did soccer. I played. I ran track, volleyball, basketball. We every trip the school took, I was going, and every summer we did family vacations to Florida. We went a little bit everywhere.
So you were very active.
Yep,
Oh gosh, that's
very.
amazing to
My
do
mama
everything.
told me senior year if I didn't break her egg, she couldn't be broke because I went on everything I could go on my senior.
So you never broke anything.
Huh?
You never broke any bones or anything by doing some
No,
of the mischievous for real.
I didn't.
Oh
Didn't.
wow.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow.
No,
Okay. So that's amazing right there. Is-
exactly.
we want to touch about when you talked about like feeling insecure from not having the father present at that time. Like, what was some of the emotions or some of the things behind there that actually made you feel insecure?
I didn't feel good enough for years.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I always had to try to prove myself
Mm-hmm.
just for not having that love. My mom gave me all the love in the world, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just something about wanting that daddy's love. And I just recently got over that within the last 6 years, maybe.
Oh wow! Can you tell us
Yeah.
about that like process? And then we're gonna go there, and then I want to go back. Could you tell us about like the process when you say you got over it just about 6 years ago?
I really just had to make up in my mind that I am who God says I am, regardless.
Okay.
Uh, whether we ever have that close relationship or not,
Mm-hmm.
that God is my father. He's everything to me. And that I don't have to sell myself short because I didn't have that growing up.
Oh
Um,
wow! So
And
when you
even with a stepfather in the house, I felt like the outside. I felt like the renegade.
why?
Well, young younger, it's like my stepfather was taking that place, but it's just something happened to where he stopped showing that love. So then it just kind of took me backwards. Um, and I felt that for years and years and years over into my adulthood. Um, but after much, prayer and fast, I asked God to really just take that from me, so I could stop making some bad choices in my life, or
Oh wow.
not feeling like I was good enough to do this or that. Um, and He took it away from me, so I'm grateful. I'm good now.
Oh wow. So even though you did have a father figure that was present and a father figure that was present, you still felt like you were missing a piece of you, probably because it wasn't your actually father that you wanted to be there. And what actually occurred, if you don't mind saying, that caused the wedge in between y'all, or that you said he wasn't showing the kind of love that you were looking
I
for?
don't think it really wasn't anything that I did. It was just some things in his life,
Okay.
that he started doing or not doing. I'll put it that
Oh,
way.
okay, I got you. I got what you're saying. Okay. So it was more, it wasn't that adrift, it was just personal.
Right.
Yeah, personal. Because surely I feel like sometimes that even as a mama having a kid so young, that he grew up with me in so many different stages of my life, like literally
Hmm.
different stages of my life, that he had to grow and develop with me. So I feel like I was young, but he was my son, but he grew in every single area I grew in. I'm telling you, I know some of them was not even the best areas, and I tell people I went from ratchet to saved real quick, real quick, real ratchet, real ratchet. Everybody don't know, but hey, so I understand. I understand. So can you tell us about like something else that you can remember as a childhood? It could be either good or bad, just a way of getting to know you as a person.
Well, at 12, I was raped. I was raped at 12. Went to spend the night over a friend's house, not knowing her mom was not going to be there. And she called some guy she liked and told him to bring a friend for me without me knowing. Um, so
Mm.
I was actually laying down taking a nap when the guy come in the room.
Mm.
And so that was an experience that kind of took me on a path.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah.
So both of y'all were 12-year olds?
She was 13, I was 12.
Oh wow. And she was inviting her friend got over, and then the friend guy said, bring your friend, and then after that it was just he sexual assaulted you.
Correct.
Oh wow. How was like that process, because surely that's an adolescence, you're a young person, you're actually getting to know yourself at that age. What was some of the turns that it took after experiencing that? And I am sorry to hear that too.
Thank you.
You
It brought on some, I didn't realize it till later years in life, but it
Mhm.
brought on some sicknesses upon me. I started having seizures when I had never had seizures before, fainting spells,
Wow. Hmm.
migraines, um, nervousness, uh, panic attacks. Then I didn't know what they were, but found out
Yeah.
later, what it was later years in life. It brought those things on. Um, and to this day, I'm that person now that I will not be in the midst of a bunch of men. I
Mm.
I will not by
Oh
myself.
wow.
I will not.
Oh wow.
Uh,
Mm.
no.
Pastor April said, "Did you tell anyone
Later.
later on? Like, were you still a teenager, or
Yeah.
was
I finally
okay?
told my mom. I didn't tell her right away, but I told her. I finally told her.
Oh wow. Did you ever see him ever again?
Thank God, no.
Oh
I knew
wow.
him though. He was from Greenwood. I knew him. He knew me, but he was much older than me.
Oh wow. So was he a grown man, or was he just older than you that he knew
I was
better?
12. He was 19 or 20.
Oh my. Oh
Mhm.
wow. Oh wow. You know the did your mama like ever hold any him accountable for his actions?
Well, by the time I told her, he was already headed to jail. He had a life sentence. So
Oh, did he ever
he
do it
kept
to
asking me
anybody?
what, and I told I just wanted to leave it alone. I didn't want to go through all that.
Oh wow. Okay. Was it just still the feelings of like guilt or shame, or you just didn't want to be bothered with it, period?
I just didn't want to be bothered because I was angry. I was angry. Uh, and I knew if I had to keep going through it, I was going to lash out. So it was
Oh
just best for
wow.
me to leave it alone.
I guess it's the memory of it, bringing it up and having to tell in details, and then having to tell in detail that you already told your mama, but now I gotta tell a room full of people.
Right.
You know, okay, I get what you're saying fully. So did when you talk about being angry and you talk about being angry, did the anger subside with you not talking about it, or was it still present in like your because that's a tween, right? That's a tween going into a teenager. So how did it ever affect your teenage years or your tween years?
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
did. I really didn't really deal with it till I was in my 20s
Oh
when I
wow.
really started had to deal with it within myself.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Auntie Outlaw had asked, was your friend sexually active? Did something occur with her while they were there too?
I found out later she was sexually active, but I didn't know at the time.
Oh wow, okay. Because
I
it was
found out after
surely
that night that she was actually sexually
yeah.
active.
The other guy that was with her, he was older too.
He was a year older than her, 2 years older than me. That guy. I
Okay.
knew him
Okay, so
too.
he was younger and he just brought somebody older with him.
Right.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh
See,
wow.
she planned all this behind my back. She had all this planned, and I didn't know.
Oh wow. Mm. Did you stay friends with her long?
For years, I didn't really talk to her. Every now and then, now I talk to her. But it was never like it was. It
Oh
probably
wow.
never be like it was.
Did you feel like betrayed?
I did. By her
Yeah.
and her mom.
What happened with the mother? If
Because
you
even when
don't
I
mind
called her
sharing.
mom at work to tell her thing was, don't tell your mama.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
A grown woman would say don't tell your mama versus just making sure that you're okay.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Well, I guess I can't go into that. But I'm just a surprised and shocked. Well, it's a lot of women that have stories about how they're not believed, about how they, what goes on in my house stays in my house. Even without her saying that, it sounds like to a certain degree she was saying that if she completely shut you down from saying anything.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I just yeah, it's just it be a lot sometimes, and it's
Right.
you know, like why not just hold somebody accountable
Accountable. Right.
versus you want to just keep quiet and not say anything.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like it's always, you know, looking out for the boys, even though they be the ones that do wrong, but you're always
Right.
looking out for them. But yeah, he done it to you, but how many other people did he do it to, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Oh wow. And what did he go to jail for life for?
Murder.
Oh wow. So violence was already in him. Oh wow. Yeah. Violence was already in him. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Um Wow. Okay. I'm just like, you just shocked me about telling me that the mama just shush you up, basically.
Right.
Shush, shush, shh. You know, did you ever see her like after that or have a conversation with the
It was a
mama?
long time after that before I seen her.
Oh, wow. And did she apologize for saying that or she didn't bring no mention of it?
I don't remember an apology. She may did, but I don't remember one.
Oh, wow. Mm, 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 mm. It's just disrespectful. You know, it's protect the kids at all costs.
Right.
Oh wow. So, mm, 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 mm. Hmm. So you said that you just seen the young lady in passing, and in passing.
Years
So
later.
you so oh so years later it wasn't even after that.
She stayed in Greenwood County, but she didn't stay in Greenwood.
Okay, so y'all were friends. Did y'all go to the same school?
No, I knew her from her grandma lived in Greenwood, right up the street from where I grew up. So that's how we met.
Yeah, I ain't even mean to laugh. Apostle said she knew Ma Haygood was gonna handle business.
As Ma Haygood would have. Yeah, Ma Haygood would have.
It's not funny, but that just I said, "Oh Lord," she say you said she was gonna work it. Well, thank God she ain't find out until later.
Right.
Well, you know, so is there like any other? I know you said you deal with the anxiety and you dealt with some of the things of that. Is there anything else? Can I ask a question? Was that why you stayed busy?
No, I was always that girl.
Okay,
Staying
you was
busy.
always okay.
Yeah.
So that wasn't why. So
Mm,
it didn't affect you from actually still keep on going.
no.
Oh wow, okay. So what did the anxiety and things come from, or did it just be when it came to mind,
I
or
think
was
it
it?
was from not dealing with it, and it brought all that
Mm,
on for just not
okay.
dealing with it on the inside. Just
Oh
trying to act
wow.
like it didn't happen, I guess. And it brought all
Yeah.
that on because I had never had seizures prior to that, never had anxiety or migraines prior to that.
Oh wow. So you kind of feel like it to a certain degree, even though you were active, that what happened, the trauma brought on stress to your body, and your body was telling you basically this what's going on, this what's going on.
Right.
Oh wow.
Because it even got to the point that I would have dreams, and it's like I could feel in my dream him doing it to me all over again.
So it's tormenting you.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Oh
And
wow.
that happened. uh, that happened up into my late 20s.
Oh wow. And it was still the dreams was in your late 20s too.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Because it was just, I guess maybe taunting you until you actually face it, or what did you actually say to so it began to cease, or
I
however
had
you
to
left.
tell myself it wasn't my fault
Ooh, come on, talk about that.
because I
Come on,
kept saying,
prophet.
well, if I hadn't have went, it wouldn't have happened. But I had no clue. Like I said, all
Mm.
this was playing behind my back. I had no clue. Um, I was lied to in the beginning because, like I said, if I had a known, my mama had a known, her mom was not gonna be there. There was no way my mom would have let me go.
Oh wow. Okay. Mm. Mm. So was her? Did she ever say her mama was just at work, or was her
My
mama
mom
just?
was at work, but I didn't
Oh,
know that.
wow. But you didn't know that. No, I was asking because when you said that the mama said, "Don't tell your mama," don't tell your
Because I
mama. So
called her mom at work.
yeah, you get what I'm
I did,
saying?
yeah.
Oh wow. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. I am sorry to hear that though. And surely I know you worked through it and got to the other side. Is there like something you would like to even say to young girls if they are processing those motions of like sexual assault or anything that happened to them? Because the reason why I asked you that is because I was just telling Apostle not too long ago that you know how you be in the house and you're in the house and you pray, God, if something in my heart is something in my heart, you show me, and if you show me, I'll give it to you. And he had brung up this incident that had happened. And to me, I would say that that's sexual assault. When anybody forces you into something that you didn't ask for, or they begin to coerce you into doing something and you do it against your own will, that is a sexual assault. You did it and I wasn't asking for it. And so what would be something that you would say to like somebody, even adults dealing with something that begins to be like maybe like even a flashback of thoughts?
Well, you got to first forgive yourself
Mm-hmm.
for even saying to yourself it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did that for a long time. I blame myself for going. But again, I didn't ask for that. And then don't try to thug it out like I did. Get some help. Let somebody know and get some help.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it could
Yeah.
really keep you from having those mind battles and sickness being brought on because you got all this bottled up inside.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Hmm. Um, is there anything else that you could think that was like bottled up even after that? Because it's traumatic.
Just the
After
anger
that,
of it. The anger
just
of it. I kept that anger for years and years and years. And for a long time didn't even realize I was still angry about it. Um, but once I decided, I gotta let this go because it's gonna ruin my future if I don't.
mm-hmm.
Um, I decided to let it go. I forgave myself, like I said, for telling myself it was my fault. I had to forgive the person that set it up, the person that did it, the
Mm-hmm.
mom.
Yeah.
I had to forgive everybody, not for them, but for me.
Good for you.
Yeah, for me.
Yes. I know
Yeah.
that's right.
And I released that anger. I just had to release it. I know some people say I could never forgive them, but then you're gonna stay in prison the rest of your life
Mm-hmm.
if you don't.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
In your own body, but locked behind closed doors,
Right.
basically, that you
Right.
can't get out of thoughts or. Oh wow. Okay. So, um, thank you for that for saying
Yeah.
that. So we want to talk about. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us? That you can remember that will even be a helpful to somebody else, or something about yourself that you would like to share with everybody else?
Just constantly work on your own self, work on your own mental health, work on your own physical health. Because even me at 56, sometimes the enemy still tries to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to catch myself because it tries to take me backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I have to get in my word and I have to speak to myself. I have the mind of Christ. I have a sound mind. I'm not going backwards. This, continue to talk to myself and tell myself this was not my fault. It
Mhm.
was not my fault. And I see somebody asking, did it affect relationships later on? Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Wow.
It did affect relationships later on. It did.
Well, elaborate on that for us, Prophet.
Because even with and I met my kid's father young. I was actually 12 when I met him. After all this happened, but um, we didn't really get into a serious, I guess you want to call a serious relationship till I was like 16. But even with that relationship, um, just sometimes the way he would just touch my shoulder would take me back, and
Mm,
I would spaz out. I
yeah.
would and I would go into a shell.
Oh wow. Hmm.
And him and I dated till after high school. Um, but even during those years, all that time of dating and ended up, with two kids, there were still times that it almost like I would blame him in a moment because I thought about that.
Mm. Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's deep.
yeah,
That's deep. That's deep. Oh wow. Oh wow. So you would blame him in the moment, even though it was something that was still tormenting you from then.
right.
Oh wow.
And I felt like as long as I was in a relationship, I was safe,
Mm.
and that was a lie.
Mm. I
I
want.
just felt like if I'm in a relationship,
Mhm.
then I ain't got to worry about another man trying to do this to me.
Mm.
So it caused me, even after him and I went our separate ways, you know, even after that relationship, even in other relationships, I
Mhm.
was still, because I wasn't healed on the inside, I was still spazzing out, still
Mhm.
certain things that it could have been a smell from just being at that house that would trigger me.
Oh wow.
But I
Yeah.
still felt like I'm safer with someone than without someone.
Oh wow.
That
Can I
makes
ask you a
even
question?
with uh-huh.
Did it ever make you promiscuous after being open sexually?
For a
Yeah.
short season, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For a
Okay.
short season in my life, I did.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank God for keeping me.
Yes, I
Thank
know.
God for the prayers of my mama keeping me. But yeah, it did.
Yes.
It did. And even I can even say it pushed me into getting married at 23.
Mm.
After me and my kid's father broke up, and that that at that time was the love of my life. That broke my heart.
Mhm.
And we can get into the actual topic now of
But you don't have to get into the topic now if you don't want to. We can
oh
work
yeah,
on.
this leads up to that. Oh, how
Okay.
why I got married so early.
Okay. Okay.
It was not out of love. It was not God. It was out of convenience.
Now tell us about the convenience. Now, come
It was
on.
convenience and the stability. The convenience of having someone there and the
Mm.
stability financially.
Oh wow.
And it was so crazy because I even told him that I
Mm.
never love you because my heart was with my kid's father. Isn't that
Oh
crazy?
wow.
Ain't that
Oh,
crazy?
oh wow. So what made you even like have an interest in him besides the stability? Was it like attraction
It
or
really
was
wasn't
he
an interest or attraction.
Oh wow.
I was introduced to him by his sister,
Hmm.
and after a few talks, um, he said he was looking for a wife. I said, "Well, I really ain't looking for no husband, to be honest."
It's not funny.
Yeah.
You like you ain't looking for me.
I told you I'm very upfront. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. But after he kept on, I said, "Okay, you know what? This is a way that I know I have a roof over my head because he had a good job. My kids will have roof over their head. We'll have food
Mhm.
in our mouth.
Oh
And
wow.
so, and my response later on was, well, if you still want to get married, okay. But I never love you.
Mm.
Don't love you, and I would never love you. Because my
And he
heart
was
was with my
okay.
kid's father. And he said to me, you'll grow to love me.
Oh
And I
wow.
said, and my response was, I don't think so.
Woo, sir.
So one day I moved to where he lived, and we just said, okay, we're gonna do it today.
Oh wow.
Lord have mercy. That was one of the worst decisions in my life.
Did you ever feel a nudge that say no, do not do it. Do not
Yes.
do it. Because you already said you ain't love him. So
Yes.
that right there tells us you ain't want the man at all.
Right.
Oh wow.
But
So
again,
God
it
was
was
already telling you that
stability
ain't
and
your
convenience.
husband. I couldn't hear.
God,
I'm
God
sorry.
never told me that was my husband. Never. I
Oh
ain't even
wow.
asked. I already knew he wasn't supposed to be my husband. It wasn't even an attraction there at all.
Oh wow. Was he an
It
older
wasn't.
man?
No, he actually was 2 years younger.
I'm just trying to think. Well, I mean,
But you
obviously
know,
he needed something.
yeah. And I was
Just
trying to, I had given my life to the Lord at that time. And
mhm.
folks saying it's better to marry than burn. So I had
Oh
all that
yeah.
in my head.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-mm. Oh wow. So you took the it's better to get married than to burn for a man you ain't even love, nor
Wasn't
was
even
you thinking
attracted
about.
to.
Oh wow.
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
just for stability. So how was the like so how was the relationship? Because he sound like
Rocky.
he just accepting whatever.
It was
And
rocky.
even though you're not giving him what he actually really want, but to grow to love you mean that something in him was broken.
Something in him was broken. Um, Father was not there. The baby of 6, mainly that the father wasn't there. And he saw some physical abuse growing up. Um,
Oh, okay.
you know, and it was some other stuff, but I don't have permission, to really tell his story. So, um,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So he's broken. I'm broken. That's something.
Yes. But broken to a certain degree in the same area, but different things. You get what I'm saying? And carrying different baggage and
Yeah.
you got your baggage and he got his baggage because for
Right.
I'm baffled at the fact that he accepted you telling him you don't love him and you ain't never gonna love him. I ain't never gonna
That let
want you. I'm
that
just
let you
baffled
know there
that
that
he was
wasn't
like,
God.
okay,
That was a
whatever.
setup. That was a
Yes,
setup.
as a setup for the pit sale. Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, you said so you were still how old at this time?
Let's see. Aaron was 1. I met him when I was 20. Maybe I'm trying to remember my year my kids was born. 88, 90. I was 22. No, I was 23 when I met him, and I got married at 23.
Oh wow. So how did the process of going of y'all just decided to go and get married?
Let me tell you how jacked up this was.
Come on in.
I actually was sick with the flu. But I said, go on and call the preacher that'll come on over here and do this. Because again, in my mind, I'm trying to live right now, and I'm thinking of how we would talk. It's
Mm-hmm.
better to marry than to burn.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm thinking I'm shacking and all, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
in our pajamas in the living room.
Pajamas.
Pajamas.
Not even a dream wedding.
Ne-
Pajamas, probably.
In my
Pajamas.
pajamas in the living room, drowsy on NyQuil, because like I said, I had the flu. That's how jacked up it was. Yep.
My. My.
Jacked up from the
Oh,
beginning.
wow.
Hmm.
And y'all just called the preacher over there. I need you to go
Because
ahead
it was
and
this preacher that she kept nagging us.
okay.
What the Bible said, what the Bible said, what the Bible said, what the Bible said. And here I am, this young person, just giving my life to the Lord, trying to do right, this and that. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of just call her. Let's just go and get this over with. My kids were 3 and 1. And they running through the house and they unclosed.
What?
Oh,
Look,
honey.
prophetess Halisa said you was not supposed to get married. You was under the influence. LOL.
Right.
Now that was the first sign. Look, that was
Right.
oh
Mm.
God.
It was doomed from the beginning. It was just nothing right about it at all. Nothing right about
Oh
it.
wow.
And after about a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
we moved to Charlotte. That's where I first started seeing signs of violence.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah.
Do you feel like he
Yes.
tried to hide it when you were
Uh-huh.
here, but then when he got you away, his intentions was to do what he wanted to do so he could
Hmm.
get you away from your family. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
And see, back then I lift weights. So it wasn't nothing punk about me. So I will fight you toe to toe. I told you I was one of them. He was brought up. I fought men, boys. It didn't matter. So that will make him even angrier because he couldn't get the best of me. Um,
Mm.
but then after that, we moved to Ohio, and that's when the monster really came out.
Oh wow.
Got me away
So
from driving distance from my family.
oh
Moved
wow.
out there not knowing nobody
Mm.
under the pretense of Bible school.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
mhm.
So you think you feel well, you know now that he just had the intentions, yeah, Bible school, but the intentions of completely controlling you and
Right,
controlling the situations to ain't nobody coming to rescue you unless it's in what 10 to 12 hours,
right.
away from where you are. So you went from Greenwood to North Carolina. That's where the abuse started in North Carolina. Then
Mhm.
you go from North Carolina to Ohio. But what was some of the things that he was doing, like abusive wise? Because surely I know it had to be verbally too.
It
For the
started
things.
out verbally, um, in Charlotte, or if I cook something he didn't want, he'd take it and throw it in the floor, that kind of stuff. Um,
Mm,
hide my keys, stuff like that in the beginning.
oh wow!
Uh-huh.
And your kids was with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did they witness any of it, or did he hide that well from the kids as well?
It was hidden till they became like 10 and 12, I think, or close to that age. And
Oh, wow.
when they got, they start sensing stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
But
that still
while
wasn't
we was in
right.
it started. They started seeing some things when we was in Ohio, because he got very bold to where he didn't try to hide it anymore.
Oh
Um,
wow.
I mean, throwing TVs at me, throwing hot irons at me,
Oh
trying to
wow.
break my arm, stuff, all kind of crazy stuff.
Did did you have
Taking
to
out.
hide bruises?
Yeah, no, he would make sure he wouldn't bruise me anywhere somebody could see.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So literally torturing you behind closed doors,
Hmm.
and had the desire to be a teacher of the gospel.
But we didn't. It was once we moved back to South Carolina is when he wanted to start the church.
Oh, okay. So how long did y'all stay in
We stayed in
Ohio?
Ohio about 6 years.
Okay, so you had to go through that abuse the whole 6 years. Can you tell us some more, like some of the things that you endured?
Having to call out of work because I was too slow to go, or too bruised up to go, having to lie, um, trying not to come home to see my mom or my family as much because I didn't want to have to explain, anything. Um,
Yeah.
Making sure, even at the schools, that the teachers knew if I didn't show up, who to call. Don't let him get my kids. Call this number here. It may take them a little while to get to them, but different things like that. I had to take precaution out there. The friends we met out there didn't believe me. They didn't
Oh wow.
believe I was going through that.
So what kind of personality? What kind of person was he? Like a
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He was one person around everybody else, another person
mm,
as soon as they walk out the door. Or
oh
as soon
wow.
as we leave their house, it was a different person. On the ride home, I was bees, I was this, I was that. Tried to ram the car into the house one time with all us in there.
Oh,
Uh,
boy.
yeah, but all
And
the
this
all
was
the
a
all
man
the
of the.
church folks thought I was lying.
Oh wow. So they say that. So they couldn't even discern
Mm-mm.
that something was going on.
Nope.
Cause even if you fake it, it gotta be something on your face that's telling that I am going through pure D hell when I'm getting behind these closed doors.
Right.
Oh
Right.
wow.
But the last place we lived in Ohio was a duplex.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an elderly couple next door. She figured out what was going on. So she would come. Her and her husband would come over there to make sure I was okay, or would
Mm-hmm.
come get my kids, so the kids wouldn't be in the mess and different
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
Hmm.
wow. Mata said, "Can you tell us why you stayed?"
I stayed because, and people look at me crazy when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
When I asked the Lord to release me, He said, "No, you got to stay till I release you because you got yourself in this."
Jesus. Jesus. And do you think
So I
so?
had to stay in it 10
Oh
years.
wow.
10 years. I had.
Did was there any time where it was at least peaceable or good, or that was only when you was in Greenwood?
I didn't come to Greenwood much. I came, but when I did, most of the time I tried to come by myself with just me and my kids to get a
Mm-hmm.
little peace. I would get on the highway and come just to have some peace sometime. But then when I got back, it was I stayed too long, or I just know you went down there and told them this and this and this and this, and I didn't tell anybody anything.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
My mama did not know until the year I left him of what. Well, I take that back. She knew something was up, but she didn't know exactly what she could sense something was up because whenever I would talk to her, she'd be, "You all right? Yeah. Mm, it's something you're not telling me." you
Oh
know.
wow,
Yeah.
'cause you weird in your voice.
Yeah. And my mom, I have been a prayer woman all I can remember. So that she knew something was up.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
let me tell you one of the crazy things though is while we were still in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
my kid's father called one day, and I was trying to play it off, and he was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Nothing." He said, "Nah, you been crying." I said, "I'm fine."
Oh.
The next day, him and two of my other friends showed up at my house in Ohio. Now they live in.
Oh wow. Oh, so he wasn't playing.
No, they were. Them three was not playing. Did
Yeah,
you hear
they.
me? They were not playing, and they told him to his face, if I ever see a bruise on her, if she ever call me and tell me we coming back.
Oh wow.
It's, I'm telling
Did
you, it's a crazy story. It's crazy, but it's true.
wow. I know it is. I already know it is. Okay. So
So
did,
I
did
would have to
he
even when he would call to speak to the kids, I would even try not to get on the phone because I know them three meant what they meant. They meant that him and
Mhm.
two of my other friends, and two of the three are deceased now. But I knew they meant that, and they wasn't saved. So,
Oh wow. So
and
you
I
knew what
didn't
time
want
it
nobody to
was.
get hurt behind me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew what they would
Yeah.
do because I was
Yeah.
out there with them at one point in time. So we was in Ohio about 6 years. Finally moved back to South Carolina. So he decides we're going in full time ministry. And I'm like, how are we going in full time ministry? We
Mm.
just got back here.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted me to fund the ministry and the household. He was gonna go in full time ministry.
Oh wow.
And I was like, there's no way. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not doing that. So that was a fight. So it got even worse. And when we got back to we moved back to South Spartanburg. We moved to Spartanburg.
Mm-hmm.
And those last 2 years was dangerously rough because I started having to sleep with weapons under my pillow
Oh wow.
because he would come in the middle of the night. This is when I found out that he was on drugs, and
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
it started making sense now why you were so moody, why you just slept.
Aggression. Yeah, that aggression.
Yeah, I found out, and when he got back in South Carolina, it got worse. He was on snorting cocaine.
Oh wow.
Um, so I started having to sleep with things under my pillow to protect myself because he would come in 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, want to fight. After I'd been
Mhm.
on work 12 and 14 days, and we're pastoring a church,
Oh wow.
pastoring a church.
Mm.
Um, and I never told the members what was going on. Never told them
Never
what was
told him.
going on behind closed doors. It would be some Sundays I would be so in so much pain. They couldn't see it, bit physically and emotional pain.
Yeah.
Trying to lead praise and worship. If he
Mm.
decided he didn't want to go to church that day, then I had to do praise and worship and preach and pick up the people that didn't have cars. Just because he just stayed out all night, or he just decided he didn't want to go that Sunday. So it began to be really a lot on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't worry about my children because my children were starting to pick up on stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So then I worry about them because I don't want them to get hurt or hurt him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Whatever.
yeah.
Um, but I was sleeping with tire irons under my pillow, knives. I had a gun, but he threw it. He got a hold to it and threw it away one day. Um, which is probably was best. Because by the end of it, I was ready to do what I needed to do to get free.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, ended up having to call the police a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But they never really done anything. So I was really on my own,
Mm-hmm.
just me, on my own.
So
Me and
that's where, when you say the police didn't do anything, that's where that Jackal and Hyde came in at. That he could like smooth it and make it
yes,
seem like
ma'am.
you the crazy one,
Yes,
and he
ma'am.
not the one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm telling
Wow.
you, it was nobody but God that kept me sane. I praying, fasting, praying and fasting, praying and fasting. Even I would be on my job and I worked an hour away,
Mm-hmm.
calling my job just back to back to back to back to back, just trying to start stuff, just foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then I'm going home having to deal with the foolishness.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And still trying to keep my kids sane, still trying to keep up with their activities, the church activities. To finally, I said, you know what? This was the call God called for you. I am no longer going to financially do this because I can't.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the house going. The building was $1,200 something dollars a month, trying to keep that going. And it was just too much. So then that was a fight.
Yeah.
But I didn't back down. And I meant that I was not going to kill myself trying to do all that. So I called our pastor at that time and I shared with him what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Still got no help.
Mm-mm.
Got no help
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
whatsoever. So I just started saying, Lord, if you don't soon get me out of this, he gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill him. It had
Jesus.
got to that point.
Yeah.
I came back from a conference one time. He had another woman in my house.
So
But
you tell me.
I was so done at that point. I looked at them and said, "Hey," and went in my room and shut the door.
You said, hey. You said, hey.
Hey, how y'all doing? I mean, candlelit, all kinds of stuff, and they're drinking their little wine, whatever. I was so done.
Right.
I didn't even care.
You said, whatever.
Whatever.
Take them with you.
Now, pretty much. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I didn't even care. I
Oh,
went in my
wow.
room and shut the door. So then that was a fight because I wasn't mad
So he sounded like he was just nicking with you and picking with you and picking with you. Because
all
at
the
a certain
time.
time, you probably just completely just tapped out. Like,
I
I'm
did.
done. I'm through with this.
I did. I was just waiting on God to say, okay, you can go.
And,
That's where
and
I
let me,
was.
can I ask you a question? So
Mhm.
tell us, why did God tell you to stay in it?
Because I didn't ask God.
Mm-hmm.
One, I was determined to do things the way I was going to do it. So I had to learn from that. And boy,
Mm-hmm.
did I learn some lessons. I learned a lot of
Mm,
lessons through that, but it made me a stronger person. God kept
mhm.
me through it now.
Yeah.
He kept me from getting, I mean, I got bruised up, but he kept me from getting really hurt to where it affected my life. I didn't have no broken
Yeah.
bones, didn't end up in no hospital, none of that kind
Mhm,
of stuff. And he kept
mhm.
me from doing something to him.
Oh wow.
Hmm. Yeah, because I'm
Wow.
telling you, during that time, I was a fighter.
Mhm.
I always had been a fighter.
I know you got a little spark in you. I know it.
Yeah, and I tell people now it's still in there. I just try to keep her buried. I try to keep her down in there.
That part.
That
Hmm.
part, that part. Um, so I knew if I let that person out, I was gonna end up in
Mm.
jail. I knew
Oh
that.
wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just kept God keep me. I kept praying, God keep me. Just keep. Don't let me do nothing I don't need to do. Sometimes I would just let him yap. Wouldn't even say a word, you know, just cause I knew if I opened that window just a little
Mm.
bit, I was gonna bust through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my kids didn't need no mama behind bars.
Yes, I know. Yeah, doing prison ministry versus raising them. Yeah, you right. You right.
Yep.
But that is just so. But all this time he preaching,
Preaching, pastoring, traveling,
traveling.
drinking, smoking, snorting.
Wow. So he was called. He was called, but he never let God do none of the cleaning. He never let God change him. He never let God actually literally come into his heart. Because surely, if he let God come into his heart, there's no way he would have treated his wife in that way at all. There's no way he would have treated his wife like that.
But when you walk around angry with unforgiveness in your heart and don't want to deal with it,
Mm.
it gonna come out some
Mm-hmm.
kind of way.
Mm. Mm.
So you got all this on the inside, then you snorting and drinking, then you trying to pastor a church. You got all this stuff. So
Yes.
I'm the closest thing for you to take it out on.
Yep. Oh wow. Good gracious. The
And I
closest
thank
thing.
God I had a relationship with the Lord, because if I was on the outside looking in saying if that's what Christianity and pastors and preachers about, I don't want no part of it.
Come on. Come on, talk about that right there.
So
Mm.
I thank God at that time that I had given
Mm-hmm.
my life to the Lord, and I was determined to stay in
Mm-hmm.
my word and learn, even though I wasn't getting a lot of help from people. I stayed on my face. I stayed on my
Mm-hmm.
face.
Had to.
Stayed on my face. Yes,
Yes.
I had to. I had to. And I know it was God that was keeping me from doing what my mind was telling me to do,
Oh wow. And what was that?
to kill him.
Okay.
I fought
Yeah.
that daily. I
Yeah.
fought it daily. I fought it
Yeah.
daily. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I fought that daily. So finally, in year 2000, got up one morning. Of course, he wanted to start with me,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason, this morning I just wasn't having it.
Mm-hmm.
He threw a hot iron at me and barely missed me. I said, "Okay, be here when I get back," because I had to take my kids to school. Took my kids to school. I told a lady in the lobby, I said, "If I don't be back to pick my children up, this is my mother's number. Don't give my kids to nobody else. I can't promise you I'm gonna make it back.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, this is who you call."
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
On my way home, I already knew where I could get the gun from, and I was headed to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I kid you not, it's like a wind hit me in my car, and I heard the Lord say,
Jesus.
pull over now." I pulled over, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just boohooing. I'm like, "Lord, I'm tired. I'm tired. Somebody ain't gonna live throughout this day."
Mm-hmm.
He told me to go home. I went home. Now, mind you, the kids' school was only 7 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on the side of the road long. This was in about a 35, 40-minute period from me leaving home and getting back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
He had packed a bag and left.
Ooh, so God shifted.
The
Mm.
Lord said, "Okay, today is the day." And I'm like, "Okay,
Mm.
Lord, so where am I going?" I'm telling you, the Lord showed me what to put in what suitcase where to hide it just in case he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So I had stuff hid in suitcases, and I had the suitcases hid because I had to go to work. I had, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. About 6 months prior to that,
Mm-hmm.
came across a friend that I hadn't seen in about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I seen her. I had took my kids to an after school program. I'm looking at her, and she looking at me like we know each other. Finally, we got to talking, and she said, "What's your name?" I told her my name, and I was like, "Oh God, what girl? Where you been?" You know, stuff like that. Then we got to
Mm-hmm.
talking because she had just went through something similar, so she had
Oh
just left her
wow.
husband.
Mm-hmm.
I began to tell her what was going on, and she looked at me and she said, "I know we have not seen each other in about 15 years." She said, "But if you ever need a place for you and your kids to stay, I have a key for you."
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't seen each other in 15 years now. Didn't even know we both stayed in the same city.
Yeah.
That
That was God.
it was God. When God told
That was
me
God.
what to hide, where to put stuff, He reminded me of that conversation. I called her. I said, "Do you still have a key for me?" She said, "Yep, I'm bringing it to you right now." She brought me
Mm.
the key, and I have people laughing. But after I got out of work, I packed my suitcase. I packed my car. Went and got my key. I had called my neighbor to go get my kids, and I called the school and told it was okay, so I could pack the car. We look like the Beverly Hillbillies, y'all.
Pack down.
I could only see out that one side mirror on the driver's side, but I didn't care. I left this two-story beautiful house. I didn't care
Mm,
nothing about the stuff because see,
mm.
when he would
Yeah.
fight me, then he would go buy stuff for me. That's the type of person he was. He would buy
Mm,
stuff for me. Buy jewelry, expensive jewelry, buy me cars, get me houses, whatever. I didn't care nothing about none of that. I
mm,
wanted my peace.
mm.
Packed it up. We looked like the Beverly Hillbillies. Like I said, I couldn't see out my back window. All I could see was my little side window. Got my kid.
Uh-huh.
I went to
Uh-huh.
her house.
Oh wow.
I went to her house. Right there in the same city. He thought I had came back to Greenwood. He down here in Greenwood threatening to kill me and all kind of stuff.
Oh
I had to
wow.
go through the victim assistance program. I sent my kids to their dad for a little while.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
I walked around with 2 pages and 2 cell phones
mm-hmm.
because he was threatening my life so much.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
finally, I said, "You know what, God? I'm not living like this. You have protected
Yeah.
me all this time, and I
Yeah.
believe you to continue to protect me."
Mm,
I turned them cell phones in. I told the victim assistance lady, "I thank y'all, but I'm no longer going to need your service."
Jesus.
He looking
Jesus.
for me, and I'm right there in the same city, but God kept me.
He
Even on my
wasted
job,
time. Mm.
even on my job, I don't know how the police found this out that he was headed to my job with guns, but they called me on my job and said, "We sending police to you because he's on his way to your job." That's how God covered me. I don't know to this day how they
Oh,
found out. I don't know.
Jesus.
But they
Jesus.
escorted me all the way back to where I was staying.
Wow. Wow. Whew.
Only
Wow.
God, only God kept
Only
me in
God.
10 years, y'all. I'm telling you. There were
Only
times I
God.
thought I was going to lose my mind, but God kept me. And see,
Yeah.
it got so bad right before I left to my oldest son. He went to hit my oldest son one day with the poker thing in the fireplaces.
Oh yeah, the
He
iron
got ready
thing.
to hit my son because my son was taking up for me. I snatched it out of his hand and I went at him like this. And my other son grabbed my hand because I was going for his heart.
Mm. Jesus. Mm.
It got that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew the Lord, you got to get me out of this for my kids in a hurt or in trouble
Yes.
because they trying to
Gotta
protect me.
protect their mama. Yeah.
So it was just short, just 2 months shy, almost 2 months shy when God got me out of that.
Oh
Just a little shy
wow.
of 2 months. Yeah.
And look how
And,
God
and
just
that November, I left in December. That November was the first time my mama had seen me in over a year. I was down to 100 pounds.
oh no. So it was you was stress.
Stress.
Yes.
You didn't know I was coming home that Thanksgiving. I surprised her. And she looked at me. She said, "You ain't telling me, but I know you going through."
Mm,
She said, "I know
Jesus.
you going through."
Mm,
She said, "You don't. If I'm not mistaken," she said, "You don't have to live like that. You need to get out of it," or something to that.
yeah.
And I just looked at her with tears in my eyes and just shook my head. And that next month, God, I left.
Mm,
When I left.
Jesus. Mm,
But God knew that day either He was gonna kill me, or I was gonna kill him.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
You
had
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 enough.
enough. I
Mm-hmm.
had
Uh-huh. Enough was enough. Yeah.
enough.
Oh wow.
And thank
Jesus.
God that a couple years before he got rid of that gun, because if it was in the house, I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm, Jesus.
Yeah.
So did he eventually ever change? Like even throughout
After
the
some
years?
years later, after having to be homeless and a whole lot of other stuff, um, he did eventually change.
Oh wow. But thank God y'all ain't have no kids together.
Thank
'Cause
God.
then, you know what I'm
Thank
saying?
God.
Then
Yes.
it would have been a lifetime thing of you
Right.
had to see him and have to deal with him, and God
Right.
had to where you didn't even have to deal with him. After that point right there, it was a done deal. Wash
Right.
it of the hands and moving on
Exactly.
forward.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that is powerful, powerful. Cause surely you know.
But when you're narcissistic, you
Mhm.
think you think you got it all together. He was very narcissistic. He's a narcissist.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So he thought he was always in the right and you
Exactly.
were in the wrong.
All the
Oh
time.
wow.
With everybody else too. He always thought everybody else was wrong.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Hmm. I'm just like, you strong.
Only
You
God.
strong. You
Only God.
strong. Oh
Only God.
yes. Yes, but
Only.
oof, cause mm, yeah, the name of Jesus. Huh.
Yes.
You know? Shh. Huh.
Sometimes I laugh. I say, Lord, I know you got time me calling on your name back then.
Hey, can you hear me, Lord? Do you
Yeah.
see me? You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
I see somebody said, "Do you see him now?" No. Um, about 3 years ago, got my number from a mutual friend and called, apologizing still, and I told him it's done and over with. I forgive you. I'm going on with my life. You need to do the same. You know. Um, but
so
even
what
I
was he saying? What was he saying? Like
just
just,
apologize for how he did me over them years, how he treated me.
oh wow. So I guess that the Lord had to show him himself
Yeah.
in the midst of that, and then him. So did you accepted his apology, or you was just like,
I had already accepted without him even giving it to me because I had to live.
mm-hmm,
I had to do it for me.
come on now,
Yeah, I had to do it for me. So when he
yeah,
did finally verbally apologize, I said, well, I forgave you years ago, but I will tell you, I forgive you. Go on with your life because that's what I'm doing. I'm going on with my life.
oh wow.
I'm
So how did
happy. Go ahead.
go ahead? You go ahead.
I told her I'm happily married. I'm good. I'm great.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then even if he hung up, he still went back his old ways. Yeah, what he say? A bitch can't buy you what I bought you. I said, that's the problem. You're materialistic.
Yeah, oh wow. But what's the even if you buy me all of these things, what's the purpose of you buying it but yet still I'm miserable? So I can't even enjoy the things that
Right.
you giving me long enough to even be at
Couldn't
peace.
enjoy it
You
no
know?
way, cause whenever he buy me something, that thing I know he done pawned it. So I still he pawned to go get a drug, so I still couldn't.
It ain't funny, but you bragging about what you did, but I ain't getting but 2 days.
Nah,
Oh wow!
I'm
Oh
looking
wow!
for it, can't find, and you done pawned it.
I ain't fooling with you tonight. I ain't fooling with you tonight. You said I didn't even enjoy it. What you
Nope.
talking about?
Right, exactly.
He forgot about that. Look, he forgot about that.
Right.
Oh. Auntie Outlaw said, "Is he still preaching?"
I don't know. I don't know. Last I heard, he was in Texas. I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Because it just make you wonder if it was that deep and that dark. Is he still doing the exact same things that he did then?
I had no idea. I tried my best not to even ask about it. I don't want to know nothing.
Yeah. Because you like once I got away, I was like,
I'm done.
good riddance. What they say, good
Yeah,
riddance. Hey.
done, done, done,
Oh
done.
wow.
Yeah, but one time, this right after I got married to Michael, again got my number from somebody. He had got locked up, and Kyle had the nerve to ask me to put some money on his books.
You got no, he didn't.
I
No, he
told you,
didn't.
narcissistic.
You got some nerves, sir. Some nerves.
Yeah,
What?
put some money on his books. I said, you have lost your mind.
He got some nerve. No, sir. I done got away from you. I ain't looking back your way. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
In pure D hell for 10 years.
10
Not a
years.
let up time. You get what I'm saying?
None.
No honeymoon time.
None.
God, and then I guess it could make it even more miserable because if the truth be told, you already done told him you don't love him, and you ain't never gonna do it.
In the beginning. In the very beginning.
Look, before he said I do, I already told you what it was.
Don't love you and never will.
God. So, what would you say to a young lady that is going through the things that you came out of? Like, what would be like the core parts of just speaking life to them and telling them that, that you can get through it and that you made it out of? Just come on and talk to us.
First of all, let them know that they're worth more than that.
Mm,
They're worth more than allowing some person to beat on you, to verbally speak down to you, call you out your name. You're worth more than that. And you got to know that from the inside that you're better than that.
mm,
And you got to know that there is a way out. You don't have to stay there in that mess.
mm-hmm,
Don't let the teaching that I had that made me get in there, that is better to marry to burn, to cause you to have to deal with that kind of trauma.
Jesus.
Because it is trauma,
Yes, it is. That's what it
mental and
is. So,
physical and emotional trauma.
yes.
I
Jesus.
don't believe that God will have us, although He made me stay in it because of some choices I made and something He needed to get out of me. to use
Mhm.
later on down the road.
Yes.
And even after him telling me not to do it, I did it anyway.
Mm.
But I don't that's not God's will for us
Mhm.
to be in these physical, verbal, abusive relationships,
Mhm.
much less marriage.
Mhm.
I see a lot of young ladies, they're just in these dating relationships dealing with this stuff. You're not even talking about a husband and a wife. Baby, go, run. That's
Yes.
not love. Run as
Mhm.
fast as you can run. I don't care if you had to do like I did. Run with just whatever you can get in your car.
Mm.
Forget the
Jesus.
furniture. Forget all expensive clothes that they may try to buy you, jewelry, blah, blah, blah. Go, run. Find you some peace. Get you some help.
Mhm.
I didn't have the church there for me.
Mm. Jesus.
So I speak to the church to say we need to be
Jesus.
somebody and be in place where these young ladies and now young men, because they're getting abused too, can have
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
sounding board. I didn't have that.
Jesus.
We need to give these young lady and men some truth and a safe place to come
Mm.
to,
Jesus.
not turn our back on them.
Mm.
But I want to say to these young ladies, you don't have to deal with this mess that these guys are doing, or these ladies, because some of these ladies are just as thuggish as these men. Now they trying to jump on the men.
They is.
A lot of the men are going through physical
Yeah,
abuse
they
and
are. They
emotional
are.
abuse, and because they feel like how people gonna look at them, because men, she punking you or whatever, they don't want to ask for no help. Young man, young woman, get some help. Run. I see somebody say,
Mhm.
run, Forrest, run. Yes, run, Forrest, run.
Yes. Fast.
As fast as you can. And don't stop running till you get to a safe place.
Yep. Don't even look back.
And don't hesitate to go to the police department if you need to. And
Mm.
stop taking these charges down. Because that's why a lot
Mm.
of them keep doing it, because you press charges and you go back and take it down.
Mm. Jesus.
No.
Come
And
on. Come
mothers, I'm
on.
going to say to mothers, quit upholding your sons in this mess.
You better come on. Come
If
in the
you know your
room.
son putting their hands on this one, you need to stand up and say
Come in the
something.
room. Mm. Mm.
Stop trying to cover up for them.
Mm-hmm.
Cause mine, no, I don't tolerate that.
Come
And you
on
all
now.
not ever want to put a woman through that, seeing what your mama went through.
Yes. Come on now. Yes.
Stop covering up for these young men and young women when you know what they doing. That's why they keep doing it.
Yep.
The first sign of it, you need to say something.
Yep.
You need to say something. And women, stop
Mm-hmm.
taking the abuse. Stop
Yes.
taking the abuse.
And then
Just so you
sometimes
can
I've
say you
seen
got
it where they get mad at the woman and
right,
not the son. How you
right,
mad at the woman because she protected herself? How you mad? Mm.
exactly, exactly.
Oh wow.
And we got to break these generational curses. Got to. The generational curses got to be broken. Being passed down. My mama got beat. My grandma got beat. So I'm getting beat. No, we got to stop this foolishness. Got to. And more of us got to be real with our testimony so people know they ain't in that
Mhm.
by themselves. And if I'm looking at you and see you done made it out, that give me hope that I can come out. That give me hope that what you saying, that I can take what you saying at heart, because you came out. It ain't just something on the top of your lips, but you have experienced this.
Yes. Yes. And that is so the truth right there. A lot of people don't want to be open. They don't want to share their story. They don't want to tell you that they sometimes came from the place you came from. And that is the thing that I see a lot of people, especially I guess when they feel as though they're highly lifted up, they don't never want to tell anybody the truth because they give this image, but this persona. But what if the persona is keeping people bound?
Right.
People want you when you free, you want to see other people be that same exact free
You
that you are
should.
experiencing, but you would never ever make somebody else feel bound because the only reason why you would want somebody else to feel bound is because you bound yourself. No, you want to see them be free. So that's when you speak the truth and tell your testimony. And that's why I say to you, I appreciate you for sharing your story and sharing your testimony and telling people that this is what I endured and this is what I went through. And I made my own choice to marry this person, but God never told me that this person was the one that was for me. So this
Right.
is why it was so much hell and chaos because I didn't even wait for God because I was believing from what they told me is better to marry than to burn. But baby, if you're burning here on earth, then what's the purpose?
Right. And don't be like me. Don't get healed and then turn around and marry somebody else you ain't got no business married.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on, you threw me on the loopy. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. That one lasted a year, but that was hell on earth too.
Well, tell us about it. We in here now. We in here now. So after the 10 years,
After
hold on,
10 years,
profit now. Jump to hell.
still
Talk
didn't
to
learn
me.
still didn't learn the full lesson, sis. Sis,
Talk to us.
didn't allow myself to heal
Mm,
totally. I let this person with the beautiful smile get me.
mm. So he was
Saying all the
fine.
right stuff, saying all the right stuff,
Mm-hmm.
only to get in it.
Mm.
Whoo,
Mm.
whoo. It went straight into hell. It
You said
I tell you no lie. It went straight to hell once I said okay we could date. It went straight to hell, and then me like a diamond still married.
oh, what? So you already seen the red flags before you had got to that place. So talk about some of the red flags. We want to know.
Temper, temper.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
I saw that Mr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that I saw in the first one. Should have known
Mm.
drugs was involved, but still,
Mm.
just
Jesus.
want that safety net.
Hmm. Yes.
He was on drugs, so but he was on heroin.
Hmm.
Money come up missing. It took me a minute to realize what was going on.
Hmm.
Money started missing, stuff getting pawned again, losing this car, losing that. And I'm like, we
Oh.
both working full time. What in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Come in raising hell. Just getting out work. And you just want to start with me for no reason.
Mm.
I found out later on after we divorced that he jumped on all his girlfriends. So the aunt asked me if he ever put his hands on me, and I said no. I said he pulled his hand back one day to do it. And
Hmm.
I told him the very day that you do it will be the very day that your mama gonna bury you. I just come out of that, I'm not going back through it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
his was more verbal and talking down to me and my kids, trying to make
Hmm.
my kids feel like they wasn't worthy of this and wasn't worthy of that. And you know,
Mm.
after a year, I said, nope, not doing no more. Not doing no more. Not doing
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
When and got married, Didn't tell nobody. It came out in the paper. That's when everybody knew, But I said, you know what? I'm not going another 10 years like I did the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got out of that and I said, you know what? I'm just done. I just ain't supposed to be married. I'm done. Get past this, get my divorce. It's just gonna be me and my kids. I'm gonna get my kids on through school and on the college, and I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
And but I allowed myself during that time to go through my healing process.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I met Michael about a year after
Mm-hmm.
uh, leaving my second husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept telling him, no, I'll be a friend. That's it. We could be friends.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to get married. I ain't trying to date. I ain't trying to do none of that. And this went all over a year.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
I done
you,
had
take me,
enough.
look, you can take me to dinner because I like to eat, but that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll eat good.
right. Yeah, go eat good now. Go eat good. But that's that. And and it went on. This went on for over a year. And finally, my mom came to me one day
Mm-hmm.
and she said, all these years you've been praying, asking God to send you this type of man. And because of what
Mm-hmm.
you've been through, you're going to
Ooh.
miss. Got the Bible study that same day. And my pastor at that time, she said, don't miss God because of your past. God done sent you the man
Mm-hmm.
for you.
She
He
was
done
talking.
showed you. But
Mm-hmm.
because of what you have been through, you shutting the door.
Oh
Now,
wow.
mind you, they hadn't talked to each other.
Mm-hmm. That was confirmation right
Right.
there.
So when I get her, I asked her, I said, Mama, did you talk to Pastor? She said, no.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you sure you didn't tell her what you told me? She said, no, I ain't talked to her. And Bible said it was the first time I seen her today.
Yeah.
So I told her what she said. She said, oh, okay. That's confirmation. So
Oh
me
wow.
still, nah, God, is this
Mhm.
you? Is this really you, Lord? Because I really don't want to do this again. I don't want to
Yeah.
go through the heartache, the pain, the physical pain, the mental pain, the anguish. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
And my
yeah.
kids have seen too much.
Yes.
So finally, God started talking and talking and talking and talking. And finally, I said, okay.
He had the Lord had to weigh you on down.
He had to wear me down.
He
And look,
had
I
to weigh
still
you
did
down.
everything I could to keep him from marrying. I said, nah, I'm a preacher. I ain't one of them normal preachers. Nah, I'm prophetic. I'm this, I'm that. He said, what you trying to do? Run me away? I ain't running. Do I look like I'm fearful? And I'm going all down this list telling him this and that. And I ain't your typical preacher. And I lay hands. I cast out demons, blah, blah, blah. He just looking at me like, and
Okay.
I still ain't going nowhere because I know you my wife.
Oh.
So finally, in 2007, we got
Hmm.
married. And it's been a blessing. I ain't gonna tell everybody
Oh.
every day been hunky dory.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, that's a core. Every
we've had
relationship.
our ups and downs, but
Mhm.
overall, it's been good.
Oh
It's been
wow.
really,
Well,
really, really, really,
amen.
really
So you had to do 3 times to get the third time for the charm then. 3 times. But hey, you got the blessing of, of your forever husband, the one that God already had destined for you.
good.
So I
Right.
think it was
I was just too impatient to wait.
oh wow. Okay. That it happens like that sometimes. It
Yeah.
happens like that sometimes. But amen. At least you got what God had for you, and you don't got to go through the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, to have them to be fearful. And actually, I wanted to ask the question: have your kids ever said how it affected them to witness the part of with your first husband that they witnessed?
Mm, not really. Um, but I know it affected them. It has affected them even in their relationships.
Mhm.
I can see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it. But
Okay.
I did within the last 5 years. I went back and apologized to them for taking
Come
them through
on. You better
all of
come
that
on.
and for
Come
having them to be in the midst of all of that.
come on. Oh, that's
And I
good.
let them know this is what happens when you're not healed
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on the inside.
Oh yes. That's powerful right there, prophetess. Because sometimes as adults, sometimes people don't think that kids need that assurance or that I apologize, because there's some things that I did as a parent that surely when I look back at it, I'll be like, you know what? I shouldn't have had to say that, Jalen. I shouldn't have
Right.
had to did that. And the thing is to say that apology, because some adults believe that you don't owe your kids
Exactly.
apology because I'm the adult, I'm the parent. But I feel like this. I'm going to apologize because I want my child to grow up to be a healthy adult. So it could be some things that mama went through or mama experienced, but I won't tell my son forgive me for this blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And I've had to say it many many times with a teary-eyed feel that your mama did this and your mama did that, and I shouldn't have had to did this, and
Right.
so I think that's a powerful point that.
It is because my kids had a double whammy. Their father died at 29. My kids were 9 and 7 when their
Oh
father died.
wow. Oh, so they was little. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Sorry to
So
hear
to
that.
know they didn't have their dad to go to and having to live in the midst of all of this that I was allowing to go on, I had to apologize to them. I had to, and I had to let them know you don't have to live the way I lived. It's a
Yeah.
better way.
Oh
It's a better
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Oh wow. Mm, Jesus. I'm like, I'm at an all right now. Wow, that.
Somebody's saying, what if they don't accept your apology? All you can do is your part. Apologize from your heart and to pray about the rest that someday that they will. That's all you can do. Because
Oh
we
yeah.
can't make nobody accept anything. We can't make them do anything. All you can do is your part, mean it from your heart,
Mm-hmm. That's right.
and let God do the rest.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Yeah. I mean, that's right.
Don't
Like you
it
said,
won't
do your
I'm not saying
part,
it's
tell
gonna
it from your
feel good,
heart.
but that's all you can do. And ask God to give you peace that you did your part.
Mm, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's you can do.
Right. Right.
Nothing else you
And
can
most of us were young when we had kids.
do.
And
Mm-hmm.
bit more know what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we did things that we shouldn't have done, we allowed things that we shouldn't have allowed, but you can't go the rest of your life with that in your heart like that.
Mm,
You got to forgive yourself, ask them
mm-hmm.
to forgive you, and it's up to
Mm-hmm.
them
Come
whether
on.
they do or not. But free yourself. Free yourself.
Oh
Even to a lot of
yes.
fathers that's trying to be fathers, they're young and don't know what they're doing. Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
got to sit down and apologize too
Oh yes.
for
That's
not
the
being
truth.
there or being there in the wrong way, not supporting their mothers or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And I thank
wow.
God that my kid's father did that before he left this earth. That meant the world to me that he apologized to me for the things he didn't do and some of the things he did before he left this earth.
Oh amen. Oh wow.
Mhm.
So he said his piece
Mhm.
to you
Yep.
before. Oh wow.
Yep.
Can I ask the question? How was it that he passed?
He had leukemia, but He got over the leukemia, but the radiation was just too hard on his body. Just messed his
Mm.
organs
Oh
up. Yeah.
wow. Oh wow. Okay. And that's young, 29. So
Actually, he
he.
died about a week before he turned 29.
Oh wow. So he was really young.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh wow. So I know we are winding down, but I'm always gonna ask this question. Is there anything else that you want to share? Is there anything else that's in your thoughts? Is there anything else that's on your heart that you would like to share? Or
Oh, I
you would
think
say,
I shared it all. I just want the young ladies, whether it's physical, mental, emotional abuse, to get some help. And to the men. We always say young ladies, but the
yeah,
men needed
me
to
too.
get the help you need.
Yes, you're
It's
right.
nothing wrong with sitting down talking to somebody.
Come
Get
on now.
Yeah, get you some
Come
help.
on.
Get you some help.
Yes.
And
Yes.
sometimes it's not the church, unfortunately.
Yes. Because I tell people all the time, I got Jesus and I got a counselor.
Right.
Both of them they be going hand to hand, but I had
Exactly.
to have a counselor to be able to even process some of the things that I experienced as a kid, as a young lady, as an adult that I didn't even, you know, really even understand. But
Right.
I'm just in awe of God keeping you through all, keeping you. Surely we know it was nobody but Jesus
Nobody.
that kept you. Nobody but Jesus.
I
That
thank
that's how.
God I didn't end up behind them bars, honey. The prison
Amen.
bars.
No, jail ministry. In the
Yeah.
name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Ooh, honey.
He's a good God now. Hey, he's
I'm
a good
telling
God.
you.
So
It is, because I'm telling you, if you knew how I was as a person, all you had to do was look at me wrong and I would slap you. That's the type of person I was. I was the type of person I would go to your door and knock on your door and say, "Come on out." So I know it was God that kept me through all of that. I know it. I know it
amen.
was.
Surely it had to be because you're still standing and still standing, but not just still standing, but in your right mind on top
Yes.
of that.
Yes.
You could be a whole bunch of things, but surely Jesus is the only thing that can keep that strength even in your mind. Because
Mhm.
those things I feel like was there to me feel like it was there to break you, like to break the person that you are, to break the beauty that you are, even though it was building you at the same time. And now you can minister to so many people on so
Mhm.
many different levels. I mean, there's so many different levels and so many different women that you could be able to minister that you overcame and you came out of. And we appreciate your
Right.
life. We appreciate your testimony. This was powerful, impactful, and I thank you
Yes,
for your honesty. I thank you
yes,
for your
ma'am.
transparency, because I'm telling you, sometimes it is far and wide with transparency. No, why can't we tell the truth?
Yeah.
Why can't we say what we've been through? What Apostle always say, you can tell who really free when they don't have no shame in their testimony, and they can be able to tell you. You can tell who really free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in the name of
And I
Jesus,
am free, honey. I
yes,
am free. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
you are. Yes, you are. So, and there's nothing else that you wanna say. Nothing else
No,
you got holding in you or anything.
no,
Cause
no,
I'm
no.
having a good time. I'm just saying. I'm having a good old time over here.
Just go get free. Get free, get free, get free. And most of all, accept God in your life so you can have a great, prosperous life. Yeah.
Amen. 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 So Y'all just heard from Prophetess LaJonta Hare a story, a powerful story of surviving and overcoming to be able to be the woman that she is today, to be able to stand strong as she is today, to be able to be the woman that God calls her today, y'all. And with all of that being said, I have something that I wanted to be able to share, y'all. And so, just these last couple of weeks, I created a grief journal, y'all, called Navigating Through Grief, and it begins to walk you through the stages of, not even just stages, just it begins to give you prompts to be able to walk through grief, and it gives you like a written part of how grief is to be processed. I'm trying to use my right words. I'm still on the testimony. So I'm trying to use my right words, but I wanted to be able to share this, but I also wanted to be able to show y'all the promo release. And then I wanted to show y'all the Amazon tagline. If anybody know anybody, it's the holiday seasons coming up, and the holiday seasons come around, and a lot of people miss and love their loved ones, and they want y'all, I'm trying to navigate through grief. Just gives you a space, a safe space to be able to share your heart about your loved ones. It's like memorializing them, and memorializing them is just putting them into a place that you can always begin to share the memories with them. Y'all, I'm gonna pray the promo, and then I'm gonna put the tagline for the Amazon up, and then we're gonna come back, y'all. For those of y'all, if y'all wanted to make a purchase, it is available on Amazon. And I actually have some other ones coming out. One called Praying Through Grief, and Navigating Through Grief, Praying Through Grief, and Journaling Through Grief. And also, I will be having a coloring book for those that are grieving coming out as well. And again, if you would scan that link right there or click the bottom below. Okay, so we back. I had to get that out of the way so I could be able to put the advertisement in. And again, I'm going to ask you one more time. Is there anything else that you have to say, or anything else that you want to mention before we head on out?
No.
That's all?
That's all.
Well, I thank you for being my guest tonight. I
I
truly,
thank you
truly.
for asking me.
Oh yes, hey. I read some of your testimony. Well, not some of it, the whole testimony. The part that I got through Women of Thunder magazine.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm getting my people together. But I'm gonna be, get my people together. Y'all got to share these stories. Y'all got to share these testimonies. So again, thank y'all for tuning back in. Sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning back in to Soaring Above It All. We might be coming back on next month. I don't know for sure. If we do, because I got an ideal that God gave me. But if we do, surely we'll already have our advertisement out for you to be able to do. And y'all already know my tagline is Soaring Above It All. Soaring above it all. Yes, you are. Bye, everybody.
Bye.